Hello, applicants. I say HornbillTV. 14th Nagaland State Legislative Assembly la 8th session March 27th adjourn kuri dise. Itu session de Nagaland la budget saal 2026-2027 karne aro alag charcha khan bhi bishi huise. Hoile bhi 5th February de Government of India, Government of Nagaland aro ENPO khan bra sign kura historic Memorandum of Association sign kura Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority banawole do itu session de introduce kuri na thakile bi NLA khanbra bill do defer noile Fnta bill 2026 to pass hobole bra rukai dise aro wapas sarkar ke pathai dise itula program de Fnta 2026 kile NLA bra pass kuranai itula upor de kotha korbo 14 Nagaland State Legislative Assembly la 8th session chuli take homoy 5th February 2026 de New Delhi de Union Government of India, Government of Nagaland aro Eastern Nagaland People's Organization khan manjude Memorandum of Association Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority banawle sign kurado itu bar Nagaland Legislative Assembly de pass kurubole bishi dangor akha thakise aro 26th March 2026 de Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister Y Patten bra House de Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority Bill 2026 introduced kuri dise aro Nagaland Speaker Sharingan Longkumar bra etu Fnta Bill 2026 upor consider aro pass kurubole laga time 27 March te kurubole time dise.
Honorable Shri Yantomo Patten, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, may take the leave of the House to introduce the bill.
Speaker, sir, I appear to move that leave be granted to introduce the Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority Bill 2026.
Members, all those who are in favor of granting leave to introduce the bill may say aye. Aye. Those against may say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Leave to introduce the bill is granted. Now, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister may move for introduction of the bill.
Speaker, sir, I move to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. The consideration and passing of the bill shall be taken up on the 27th of March 2026. Amendments, if any, may be submitted till 4 p.m. today, the 26th of March 2026.
Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority Bill 2026 introduced kura pichite aro 26th March te charcha bishi huise aro 27th March 2026 te Nagaland la Parliamentary Affairs Minister KG Kenyebra House te utheina Fnta Bill 2026 kundu House te introduce kurise itu upor differences thaka kane House ke bill do defer nohile rukhai dibi koina mang kuri dise Minister Kenyebra House ke janaise ki March 26 te Fnta Bill 2026 pass kura pichide itu din laga sham de tai Eastern Nagaland Legislative Union laga secretary bra chithi ekta paise kote secretary bra janaise ki ENLU khan ENPO lo de Fnta Bill 2026 opor kotha korigina kunba differences thaka ulaise koina ENLU secretary laga chithi de tai khan bra janaise ki Fnta Bill 2026 kundu Nagaland Legislative Assembly de introduce kurise itu bill sa homoy kunba points noil be contents missing thakise kundu do 5th February de New Delhi de sign kura Memorandum of Association de thakise Minister Kenyebra janaise ki Fnta Bill 2026 kundu NLA de introduce kurise tate kunba contentious issues ase ar kunba contents Fnta Bill 2026 de na thaka do Memorandum of Association de ase koina itu issue ula karne itu bill do defer kurubole speaker ge submit kurise aro bill do reconsideration karne pathabole aro itu bill do itu session de pass na kurubole minister bra mang rakhise.
Thank you, Speaker sir. In regard to the passing of the bill of Fnta, I am in receipt of a letter from the Secretary of the NLU, wherein it is mentioned that the legislators of the NLU had interactions with the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization, and a certain matter cropped up in the later part of yesterday after the bill was actually introduced, wherein they have marked, highlighted certain contents which were missing in the bill that was presented yesterday in this August House in comparison with the Memorandum of Understanding which was signed in New Delhi on the 5th of February this year. There are certain contentious issues surrounding this when we actually look into the bill, the contents there, in reference to what they have stated, that is the MOA of the 5th of February. Therefore, I was compelled to refer the matter and endorse it to Your Honor and seek the reconsideration of this House and suggest also that the matter be not enacted this time, but the matter referred back to the government for further consideration. I place it at Your Honor's disposal.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
এতিয়া এইটো মামলা ওপৰত 27th মাৰ্চতে কোনটো 14 নাগালেণ্ড ষ্টেট লেজিসলেটিভ এছেম্বলি লগা 8th সেশন লগা লাষ্ট ডে বি থাকিছে নাগালেণ্ড চিফ মিনিষ্টাৰ নিপিউৰিঅ পৰা হাউচ কে Fnta বিল ওপৰ কিলে ডিফাৰ কৰিবলৈ লাগে ইতলা ওপৰ কথা কৈছে চিফ মিনিষ্টাৰ ৰিঅ পৰা আগে দে জনাইছে কি মেমোৰেন্ডাম অফ এছ'চিয়েশ্যন কোনটো গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট অফ ইণ্ডিয়া গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট অফ নাগালেণ্ড আৰু ENPO মাজতে সাইন কৰিছে ইটোতে ক্লজ 3.3 দে লিখি কিনা আছে কি Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority do Nagaland Legislative Assembly bra special legislation nohilibi special kanun Ministry of Home Affairs lo de consultations thaki gina bana pichide Fnta create hobo paribo koigina CM ra janaise MOA sign kura pichide Nagaland government khan MOA de provisions khan sai gina bill do draft kura shuru hoise kuise House के इन्फॉर्म करिगिना रिओ ब्रा जनाइसे कि February 5th ते Fnta कारणे मेमोरेंडम ऑफ एसोसिएशन साइन करा पिछिदे February 26th 2026 ते एकता कैबिनेट मीटिंग राखिसे इतो कैबिनेट मीटिंग दे नागालैंड लगा लॉ एंड जस्टिस डिपार्टमेंट ब्रा फ्रंटियर नागालैंड टेरिटोरियल अथॉरिटी बिल लगा ड्राफ्ट बना ऊपर लंबा चर्चा करिसे आरो इतो मीटिंग दे नागालैंड ला एडवोकेट जनरल लगा भावना भी मांगिसे इतो बिल दो लीगल থাকিবो ना नाय ऊपर दे इतु दे चीफ मिनिस्टर रिओ ब्रा जनाइसे कि एडवोकेट जनरल ब्रा इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हिसाब ते एकता स्टेट लगा लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली ब्रा कानून बना ब्रा Fnta के लेजिस्लेटिव पावर दो दिबो ना पारिबो आरो इतु दे कैबिनेट खान भी बुझी जाइसे कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट लोगो दे पावर नाइ Fnta के लेजिस्लेटिव पावर दिबोले नोइले ट्रांसफर करबोले इतु कारणे इतु इश्यू दो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स के 6th मार्च 2026 ते पटाइसे कइसे MOA ला क्लॉज 3.3 of MOA ऊपर क्लैरिफिकेशन पाबोले और इतु पिछले मार्च 10th MHA ब्रा रिप्लाई दिगना नागालैंड गवर्नमेंट के Fnta ला ड्राफ्ट बिल दो बनाई थाकी बोले जनाइस चीफ मिनिस्टर ब्रा इतु पिछे मार्च 16 दे यूनियन होम सेक्रेटरी के भी लोग पाइगना MOA ऊपर और Fnta जल्दी बनावले ऊपर चर्चा करिसे कइसे इतु पिछले Fnta लगा ड्राफ्ट बिल कुन दो नागालैंड एडवोकेट जनरल ब्रा भी साइगना बनाइसे इतु दो मार्च 17th दे MHA के दिस और मार्च 24th ते CM रा जनाइसे कि ENPO खान ताइगे लोक पाइसे और मार्च 30th 2026 ते ENPO खान लगा सेंट्रल एग्जीक्यूटिव कमिटी मीटिंग नहा आगे दे बिल दो पास करबले मांग करिसे कोइना और तादे CM रा ENPO के अश्योर करिसे कि बिल दो पास करबो कोइना 26 मार्च ते Fnta बिल 2026 इंट्रोड्यूस करा पिछे CM रिओ ब्रा हाउस के जनाइसे कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स ब्रा MOA ला क्लॉज 3.3 ऊपर इत्यादि सॉलिसिटर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया ब्रा एग्जामिन करि थाका कारणे MHA रुखि আছে कोइना इतु कारणे MHA ब्रा नागालैंड गवर्नमेंट गे आरो भी অলপ টাইম मांगिसे इतु बिल दो एग्जामिन करबोले आरो इतु बिल दो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया लगा लीगल ओपिनियन पा पिछिते आगे जाबोले जनाइस इतु ऊपर चीफ मिनिस्टर ब्रा जनाइसे कि 26th मार्च लगा शाम दे ENPO थ्रू ईस्टर्न नागालैंड लेजिस्लेटर्स यूनियन ताइगे लोक करिगिना MOA दे কি আছে ইতু থাকিবলে লাগে আৰু বিল দো হাউস তে পাস করবলে ব্রা রুখাই দিবি রিকোয়েস্ট কৰিছে আৰু বিল ওপৰ সব ক্লাৰিটি পা পিছি দেই পাস করবলে জনাইছে যখন সব হওয়া পিছি দি CM রা আৰু জনাইছে MHA লা মিটিং ENPO ENU লা মাং সব রাখি কিনা FNTA বিল 2026 তো ডিফার নহলে রখাই দিবলে কইছে আর রখাই দিয়া দো MOA দে কি প্রভিশন খান আছে এতো আপহোল্ড করবলে আর কনস্টিটিউশন হিসাবতে এতো কানুন লিগ্যাল আছে লিগ্যাল হবলে কারণে আছে কইছে
As per clause 3.3 of the Memorandum of Agreement, the FNTA is to be considered under a special legislation to be enacted by the state government in consultation with the Ministry of Home Affairs. The concerned department of the state, following the signing of MOU, started preparing the bill and incorporating the various provisions of Memorandum of Agreement signed on 5th February 2026 between Government of India, Government of Nagaland and the ENPO for a creation of FNTA. The State Cabinet met on 26 February 2026 and deliberated on the draft Frontier Nagaland Territorial Bill prepared by the Law and Justice Department. The Cabinet noted that the provisions of the MOA inter alia envisages to give legislative power to FNTA. The views of the learned Advocate General, who was present in the meeting, were also sought. The learned Advocate General opinion that under the Constitution scheme, legislative power cannot be conferred on the FNTA through a state legislation. Upon further deliberation, the Cabinet observed that the state government does not possess the legislative competence to delegate powers equivalent to its own or to transfer a legislative authority to another body or authority. Accordingly, the Cabinet directed the Chief Secretary to bring the opinion of the learned Advocate General and its observations in respect to the legislative powers for FNTA to the notice of MHA. A copy of the communication sent to MHA was also directed to be provided to the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization. In compliance, the state government addressed a communication to the Ministry of Home Affairs on 6 March 2026 regarding the issue of legislative power under clause 3.3 of the MOA with a copy to the ENPO Annexure 1, a copy of the letter sent to MHA. Sir, all these copies I will submit to your good office after I complete my speech. On 10th March, a communication was received from MHA wherein the state government was requested to initiate action in terms of clause number 3.3 of MOA for constitution of FNTA under a state legislation to be enacted by the state government in consultation with the MHA of Home Affairs as per the previous provisions of MOA and to send the draft proposal in this regard to MHA. In the midst of all this above development, I also had a discussion with the Union Home Secretary on 16th March 2026, wherein the MOA signed between the Government of Nagaland with Government of India and ENPO was discussed, and the need for early constitution of FNTA was also stressed open. Subsequently, the draft bill prepared by the Law and Justice Department of the state was further examined, and after being vetted by the learned Advocate General of the state, a copy of the same was sent to Ministry of Home Affairs on 17 March 2026 in terms of clause 3.3 of MOA Annexure 2, a copy of the letter to MHA. Meanwhile, the representative of the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization met me on 24th March 2025-26, and the matter regarding constitution of Fnta was discussed, and representation was also submitted, wherein the ENPO of the 8 tribe of Eastern Nagaland requesting that Fnta bill be passed before their forthcoming General Central Executive Committee meeting scheduled to be held on 30th March 2026. So this letter mentioned that 49 days has left, and therefore no further delay should be done. And since President and his team was with me, and my cabinet colleagues were with me, we assured that in this session we will pass the bill. And we had written the letter as mentioned on 6 March and 17 March, the reply, waiting for the reply, or if the reply don't come also, we assure that we'll pass the bill. And that's how we introduced the bill yesterday, and we intend to pass the bill today, but those letters were received and we are seized of that situation. In view of these developments, the cabinet met again on 25th March 2026 and further deliberated on the provision of the draft bill and making into accounts the request of ENPO and also the fact that the session of the NLA is concluding on 27th March 2026, that is today, decided to approve the draft bill with further modifications as considered necessary and for tabling in the ongoing session of the Nagaland Legislative Assembly. Accordingly, the bill for the constitution of Fnta was tabled yesterday, that is 26 March 2026. However, yesterday evening, I was also contacted by the Ministry of Home Affairs, conveying that the matter regarding the conferral of legislative power to the Fnta, which had earlier been raised by the state government in its communication, is still under examination. The Ministry further informed that the opinion of the learned Solicitor General of India is being sought on this issue. The state government has accordingly been requested to allow some more time to the ministry and to take up any further action with regards to Fnta bill only after receipt of their views and opinions. Further, in the evening of 26 March 2026, ENPO has submitted an appeal requesting that the provision of the Memorandum of Agreement signed on 5th February 2026 be upheld while passing the Fnta Bill 2026, and as communicated by the Member Secretary of ILO, pass it on to the Parliamentary Minister. Letter yesterday evening, ILO has submitted a letter to Parliamentary Minister and ENPO dated 26 March to consider deferring the passage of the Fnta bill until time that all the concerns are adequately addressed and clarity is attained in MOA. Speaker Sir, in view of the request made by the Government of India, which is a signatory to the Memorandum of Agreement, and the appeal of ENPO and the request made by INLO, and keeping in mind the necessity of ensuring that provision of MOA are addressed in legally sound and constitutionally tenable manner, I propose that consideration and passing of the Frontier Nagaland Territorial Authority Bill 2026
ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಸೈಸೆ ಕುಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ 6th ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ನೀಚಿದೆ ದೋಸ್ತಾ ಆಟೋನಮಸ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ಸ್ ಕುಂದುದ ಅಸ್ಸಾಂ ಮೇಘಾಲಯ ತ್ರಿಪುರಾ और मिजोरम दे আছে अलग साइसे कुले मणिपुर असम वेस्ट बंगाल निशना स्टेट्स खान दे दो स्टेट असेंबली ब्रा कानून बना ब्रा ऑटोनमस काउंसिल्स बनाई गिना से हुई भी तो खान काउंसिल्स खान दो स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी ही ऐसे लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नेंस खाने हुई भी इतने फ्रंटियर नागालैंड टेरिटोरियल अथॉरिटी तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ब्रा जनाई दिया निशना आर्टिकल 371A नीचे दे ही बनावले ऐसे क्वा कारणे FNTA बनावले नागालैंड के एकता यूनिक पोजिशन दे रखी दी गिना से इतने FNTA बिल ऊपर आरु भी कंसिडर करीना किनका FNTA क्रिएट करूबो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ब्रा नतुन क्लॉज आर्टिकल 371A दे हालिबो ना अलग लीगल एंगल हालिबो तो सावला तो आरो एना शोज कानी साइता भी ऑनबिल टीवी गुड बाय